everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike, Jay, Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah? Enjoying this weather. Is it still just freezing outside?
It's getting better.
Is it?
It's turned the corner.
It's like 1 degree. I was talking to T-Ray. He goes, yeah, dude, I was looking at a news thing. It said it was colder in Detroit than at the South Pole.
Oh,
it's like, holy
that's
shit.
no good.
Yeah, that's not good at all. So, yeah.
Well,
anyway.
global warming and all, so.
Yeah. Didn't Trump tweet something about that? Like,
he probably did.
Sure would be nice to have global warming if it was real during this intense freezing time we're at. I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Of course he did.
Fuck.
What is he going to be like when he's not the president?
I don't
What is that
know.
going to be like?
He'll probably demand people refer to him as 45.
Oh,
You know?
jeez.
I mean,
you will address me as 45.
is the Apprentice coming back? I mean, is the former
knows?
president going to...
I sure as hell hope not, man. That'd be...
I kind of hope so.
Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows?
I know there's talk of him like wanting to set up his own network and all that. Remember? Like,
Oh,
really
yeah.
early
But I
on.
thought that was only going to happen
But-
because of the fake news if he didn't get elected.
Yeah.
Like everyone, I think there's
That-
people that think that was the reason he didn't think he was going to win, and that was what he was going to
Yeah.
do, right?
It's probably if there's anything to like this whole Trump like wanting to build hotels or whatever in Moscow. It's probably like, I'm not going to win the presidency anyway, so keep working on that.
Right.
Just get the hotel thing going. It'll be good. Who knows? But fucking, you're probably right though, dude. Because I think that was actually a goal of his, was to get his own network going where he could,
I don't
Yeah.
think it would work as well now, dude. I think it would work better if he didn't make it.
Yeah. His
Seriously.
brand is seriously damaged. He's going to come out of this with probably a lot of his base being pissed off that he didn't get shit done that he said he was going to.
Yeah,
I know
the
he has
wall.
gotten a lot done, but
yeah, he is.
But
he's going to have everybody's going to fucking hate him, dude.
well, I haven't even.
Is there going to be a
I don't know. I think he's a hero and a martyr to a lot of people. A lot of people see the arrows
he
he's
is
taking
now
from everybody.
though, but once he's out of office and he doesn't have that power to do anything for them,
Don't you think though that they'll just be like, he tried his best and the
not good
liberal
enough.
wouldn't.
It's not good enough.
Yeah, you say that, but I wonder, like, he's the most famous person on planet Earth right now. That's got to be good for, like, there's a lot of people that hate him, but I bet he's picked up more people overall that just didn't think about him or care much about him that like him now. You know what I mean? Who knows,
I've not
but-
fallen off nearly as much as Jay. Like I don't feel nearly as much
Yeah,
negative.
Jay hates him.
But no, but I'm saying, but I still don't think that when he's done with the presidency, like I don't think that I have any interest
Yeah.
in really watching him. And this has nothing to do with his politics either. Right?
Before it was
Right.
yeah,
it's just- and his hotels, like, dude,
Beyond turd.
I've said this
Yeah.
before. His Trump hotel in Vegas is shit. I wouldn't even stay out there. You'd have to pay me to stay at the Trump hotel.
I think there's just
I
gonna be
mean-
Trump fatigue.
Oh, yeah. I'm shocked it hasn't kicked in more already.
Well, I think you're gonna see a lot of the left's strategy to just kind of subtly go, aren't you just tired of all this? Aren't you just tired? And now, honestly, you could point back to them and go, well, you've been drumming it up, this whole resist thing the whole time.
Yeah.
The reason it's been like this.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be this, just kind of bring this guy aside, get back to the elitists running this thing.
Yeah.
Back to the status quo.
I think we can all agree this has been divisive for everybody
Divisive.
involved. Divisive.
It's
and
been
we need to move on.
It's kind of like a conflict or a war where Americans are, gung ho at first, and it's
Right.
like, okay, this is tiring, man. This is
17 years later.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Dude,
We're
even
bombing
honestly,
who?
I don't feel
Why?
bad for him. I'm not saying that, but honestly, dude, that him even running again is gonna be so. Dude, I don't know how he does it.
Dude.
Like honestly, I don't know how he keeps getting up every day and still sends these tweets and still like.
ego is a
just-
strong thing.
It is.
I think there's a decent chance he gets primaried, like a Mitt Romney or
How
something.
could you imagine?
Yeah,
There's no
actually.
way, dude. I don't see that happening. You think he's going to get creamed in a general election, but I don't think that
Creamed.
if the base
Seriously, epic
turned
proportions.
dude.
Done. This guy's so done.
I know you believe that. If the GOP went Mitt Romney or whatever, I think the base would fucking flip their shit.
It's not that rare, honestly, if you look back in history.
Really?
Yeah. The two Bushes weren't and Obama wasn't, but I think Reagan was.
I don't know. It would. I just think that you say you don't feel bad for me. I actually do sort of feel bad for him just because of the narrative. Like deep down, I do think this guy's not just a fucking monster who's the next Hitler who
He's
wants
more
to
of a
destroy.
douche than a monster.
He's a douche, absolutely. And I get it. It's insane that he's sitting in the White House. It really is. I still walk around the house every once in a while and just chuckle like this is idiocracy. This can't be happening.
Antifa!
But at the same time, it's like nobody deserves to just have round the clock every single day bombshell breaking news about what a monster you are. And you're like, I just want to help the country.
Man,
I want to do its best.
He
like,
set the tone. You look back, you forget how strong he came out against everybody.
Would you vote for him again?
Crazy. I don't think so.
Really?
Honestly.
Would you? So Kamala Harris v. Trump.
I'll stay home.
Stay home and not vote. Wow.
And I don't think it'd be a bad thing for things to bounce back to the left a little bit in terms of appointments and so forth. It's good. It's good to have things, be somewhat cyclical and not just one side.
3 parties, 4, 5, 6. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. Anyway, I wanted to start instead. I certainly didn't want to start talking about Trump right out of the gate, so I apologize for that. But I don't want to get right into like, oh, the Oscar nominees are out, or fucking, oh, Native American guy, and blah blah blah. So I figured I started watching. Sometimes these fall into my feed, like, what was this video recommended? Kind of like our Rubik's Cube boner video. And it's remember the guy we watched? I think the last time we watched was he's the Aussie guy that does like play-by-play of certain videos. I think we watched him do the monkey. Do you have the monkey video there, E? And a new one of his popped in my feed, and I was laughing my ass off, so I wanted to show it to you guys. But just for context.
Welcome to Thailand. Get a look at this cheeky monkey sitting and pissing all over some bloke's motorbike. Oh, there he is. The human is contemplating how he should deal with this situation. Maybe talk to the monkey. No, he's throwing his shoe. Fuck me, the monkey is pissed. Where are they? They've taken it to the ground. The human is throwing punches at his tiny enemy. He manages to get to his feet. He could walk away, but no, he goes for a big punt. He missed. The nature of monkey is fucking irrepressible. Now the human throws sand. The monkey goes airborne. This is like the fucking Conor McGregor of monkeys. Speed and precision can beat power. The human is now looking to back off. No, don't go pick up a stick. Fucking walk away. Call it a day.
That's rewind.
Holy guacamole. Shit really escalated fast in this fight. I can't decide if the shoe throw was a good idea. Obviously, you got to stick up for yourself when a monkey is being all smug and claiming your bike. But the human just ended up in a world of trouble, and he doesn't appear to have any notable fight skills, not even kickboxing. I know I'm stereotyping there, but he should at least be good at kickboxing. He's resorting to desperate things like throwing sand, and the fucking monkey comes off looking like a more skilled, honourable fighter. In conclusion, I'd say the fucking monkey won, and we may be entering the dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Dude,
that squared off against a monkey.
That guy is really good at doing these videos. There's another one. It's like a gymnastics thing. I think it's UCLA is competing in women's gymnastics, and this is the one that popped up in my thing, and I was laughing so hard I wanted to show you guys. It's
just happened recently, right?
Like it's the greatest gymnastic routine of all time, or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
To UCLA for another gymnastics session with Caitlin Ohashi. She's powering up, gymnast activated. Here we go. Flippy 1, flippy 2, flippy 3, 4, 5. Fuck yes! The dopamine Richter scale is off the charts already. She rewards herself with vintage groovy disco moves. She refocuses because she knows that with great flippy spinny power comes great responsibility. No wuckers whatsoever. She made that look piss easy. There's a clappy clap, another clappy clap, some Uma Thurman Pulp Fiction moves. Here's a general cartwheel, I can do that, a booty bounce, and a spready slam. That is an elegant and effective crowd-pleasing combo. It's like a Scottie Pippen layup followed by a Michael Jordan dunk. A fair dinkum fucking deadly combo. Now she's like, wiki wild, wild west. She should copyright these dance moves before Fortnite steals them. I bloody love how her entourage gets involved. Whenever I start dancing in front of me mates, they're like, quit fucking dancing, you dickhead. They don't join me in doing the running man or the sprinkler or the lawnmower. I need better friends. Anyway, Sonya Blade high kick, twirl, spready slam. Oh, what's that? Back the fuck up. It's like a cross between a classic headbang and those bobblehead thingy-majiggies you stick on your dashboard. Okay, Okay. Yeah, nah, I can dig it. It's time to stand up again. If that was me, I would have pulled a hamstring simply from standing. Here comes a graceful ballet spready, a switcheroo spready, and moves that are as fast as Grandmaster Ip Man. Crikey. I'm doing my best to not make any dick jokes. As we know, I'm a recovering stiffy jokeaholic, and I want to try and be professional in 2019. I reckon it's time. Perhaps have a code of conduct. Yep, I can do it. Oh dear, are those imaginary whips? Is she pretending to whip someone? Wow. Oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah, code of conduct. Here's a big run up, flippy 1, spinny 2, flippy spinny, and bang! Fatality.
Ow.
Fuck me dead. What a golden artistic amalgamation of dance and sport. Creativity.
It's fucking
and
The power in those legs,
Oh,
man.
I know, dude.
But dude, just that split and hitting the ground and bouncing up.
Well-
Ladies, how do we do this?
We don't have balls is the way we do it, because we just automatically
That's a factor
assume.
for sure.
Yeah. Did you watch the other ones? Is there
No, I actually didn't. But
two drunk guys fighting?
Grandpa versus Grandpa, or
What do you want? Grandpa versus
Yes,
Grandpa?
yes.
You want two grandpas? Okay, this is pretty good too. I have two of them.
It
They're
is fight day at Sunny Meadows Nursing Home.
Oh, shit.
Best
I remember this
Granddad
video,
falls
yeah.
off the curb. There's a young man who could stop or referee the fight, but he decides to give zero fucks. It's not his
Seriously?
granddad causing the trouble. They get ready for round 2. Vest Granddad really needs a new strategy. They both mount an attack. Fat Granddad goes down. In runs Vest
Yes,
for a
now's
ground
the time.
and
Get him.
pound.
He's on the
Player
ground.
3 has
ground
entered the
pound.
game. He appears to have chosen a side, but Fat Granddad doesn't want an ally. He is a lone wolf, the Liam Neeson of Sunny Meadows. He has a particular set of skills like throat punching and spinning out
Bit
of
of reach.
trouble. Oh, he goes to the ground and he kicks Best Granddad in the saggy
Christ,
balls.
dude.
Wowee, you got to give it to these boys. They are as tough
people.
as Rocky Balboa. They keep getting back up. I think the dementia has kicked in though. They have forgotten why they were fighting. One of them thinks he owes him money from 1972, and that triggers the fight again. We are into the final round. It is every geriatric for himself, but player 3 has had enough. He says, let's go inside, have a shandy with Beatrice, and play some bingo. Fat Granddad agrees. He wants peace. He says what happens on the bingo field should stay on the bingo field. No more of this bullshit.
I just noticed it like that guy. There was like a guy that walked by with looked like a man person, to be honest with you, but like he walked by 2 geriatric people fighting and just kind of was like, nope.
excuse me.
I know the
Think
first
my
guy who just walks away as the fight's just getting started. How can you at least not watch and yell,
Yeah.
"World Star"?
Oh yeah, or get your camera out.
Yeah,
film.
it's
I mean
crazy.
that seems irresponsible to just walk by, not help or film. All right, one more really quick. I promise.
I had this twin saving. I didn't have a drunk thing. A twin saving his brother.
Oh, twin saving his brother's good. Yeah, that's all right. We've seen this video
Here
too.
we have a
Sorry, here, let me get
Go
it.
ahead. This is the babies that knock the dresser out of
Oh
themselves.
right, yeah. Look at these little guys.
young man looking to explore the universe. He wants to get to the top of the drawers.
use a
His
ball to
brother
try to
says, oi,
climb up."
dickhead,
Yeah.
you're gonna need to build a ladder. Now they've figured that out. They decide it's a good time to climb up simultaneously, but
These
the
little rascals.
furniture
Oh,
says
no.
no! And one of them
Oh
is
my-
trapped in destination fact. His brother can't find him, so he decides to give up for a while and fix some broken toys. It is good
just
to
playing.
prioritize. Oh, he's on the move again.
brother's
What's
squished.
he gonna do? Don't
Oh.
fucking climb on it. Why is this video marketed as a brave rescue? It's clearly a bloody assassination. Fuck me dead. Am I the only one who sees a toddler conspiracy? All this child wants to do is fix his toys. Now he runs round the other side and he sees his brother. He's like, what the fuck are you doing down there? His brother replies, clearly I am stuck. I like to imagine the parents are watching this footage.
just
Mum is
pancaked.
saying, let me run in there. Dad says, no. Let's see if these bastards can survive. When I was their age, I got stuck under a buffet for over a week. I tell you what, I think this little wanker might figure it out. Just give it one big push, buddy, and there it is. Freedom. Rescue mission successful. I never should have doubted him. Now their only mission is to put everything back before Mum comes in and chucks a fucking wobbly.
Dude, what a great idea! Just taking these
Absolutely.
videos. I think it's the accent.
Oh, yeah, of course. Without the accent, yeah.
It just works with the accent.
God, they can just get away with stuff when you have an accent. English accent, that for sure.
Oh yeah, it's the best accent. I wish I had it. Oh man,
Australian? Is that what you wish?
Australian, yeah. Australian.
I don't know, man.
Which one's better?
British, maybe. Depends.
Yeah, I it's 6-1, half dozen.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
Hey, everybody.
You're looking at a read there.
Insurance. We all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business. He offers all types of insurance coverage, including auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900 and get a free, no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900.
I promise, Jay, we will not spend much time talking about the Catholic school. Is it Covington?
Yeah.
Or the Native American, the Indian dude, feather not yeah, took on the white racist MAGA hat wearing 16-year-old. But I wanted to let you guys know that they have closed the school for the day after receiving threats.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is still leaving threats for them? Are there still people that haven't seen the whole video that are just stuck on this?
Are you serious?
Like attacking these kids?
Is that a real question? Of course there is, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
So no, there's people who are still pointing to it and going, all right, number one, I think, let me find this. There's don't doubt what you saw with your own eyes, says the concourse. Laura Wagner from the concourse. Don't doubt what you saw with your own eyes. Like, don't even, you saw that smug motherfucker with the MAGA hat on.
Sure.
You know what he was thinking.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's
oh my God, dude, I'm all for credible stories of shit behavior. It's just that you would think we would learn after so many of these rush to judgment moments, whether I still feel bad. I've never heard that story, just fucking disappeared. The one of the girl at the Qdoba or whatever.
Oh, right.
That's a great point right there.
And it's like, look at this. She's telling these black people to pay first. I mean, it destroyed her life, her mom, everything. And it's like, whoops, totally got that story wrong. Well, fuck it, on to the next person.
And what's worse about that more than anything is, dude, not that these kids deserve it, but like that had nothing to do with a political thing. Like it wasn't even like people could be like, oh, this is
race.
Right.
Race is as strong as politics right now. You know
you're right.
Like, you can throw race in there anywhere as long as you've got
race is politics.
Yeah, true. So anyway, the principal, Robert Rowe over there, said that he sent a thing to students, and parents. After meeting with local authorities, we have made the decision to cancel school. Will be closed today, Tuesday, in order to ensure the safety of our students, faculty, and staff. All activities on campus will be canceled for the entire day and evening. Students, parents, faculty, and staff are not to be on campus for any reason. Please continue to keep us in your prayers. The school deleted its website. They've deleted their Facebook page. They've disconnected their phone. And over the weekend, yeah. Trump, jumps in. Of course, Trump's got to jump in and use this as a moment for, to identify fake news. Actually, it wasn't terrible what he says. Nick Salmon, the students of Covington have become symbols of fake news and how evil it can be. They've captivated the attention of the world, and I know they will use it for good, maybe even to bring people together. It started off unpleasant, but it can end in a dream. I don't know that he wrote this. So, yeah. And it's like, have we learned anything from this? No, we haven't. As people, we haven't gone, oh boy, that was really unfair to do to people, and rushing to judgment might not be the best move. But of course, there's stories all over today about this school going in blackface and taunting black athletes at like their basketball team. It's like, okay, just because kids are taunting the opposing team doesn't mean race was involved. And did you see the pictures of the purported blackface?
Yeah, isn't a kid in a morph suit or something?
It's not a morph suit. No, it's body paint. But it looks like, and you might know, you probably can speak better to blackface and stuff. I don't know. This looks like kids being like, and if I'm wrong, I apologize. I don't. Maybe their intention is
like
to be
a blackout
racist.
Of sorts, right? The whole crowd is wearing black.
Yes. So, and that's what it was. They had so they put out a video. The school actually put this out to talk about the Covington crazies, and they're highlighting their fans and stuff, and people are pointing out, look at these kids in blackface. They're not in blackface. They're in black body. Their whole body is painted black. It's like we're doing a blackout. So some kids wore black T-shirts and black jeans. Some kids painted their whole torso.
This would have 100% been me. If I was in high school and we did and we had done like a blackout or whatever for school, I would have been one of the people.
Don't they have like white lips and white eyes?
Yeah,
and all
I
that
did see You're right. It did look a little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't know what they're doing, but I see people.
You're
going
right,
like,
though. Like,
I can't believe this. This school would allow this. This would never be allowed in my school. It's like, okay, you know what? And they're showing here. So kids yelling at what is just a black kid playing basketball. It's like, yeah, taunting the other team. It happens in every sport everywhere. Can't do it because he's black. Stop it. And I don't know what's in their hearts and minds, but to me, it's like, really, you're just gonna see this image and automatically assume, yep, the whole school's racist. They're going in blackface instead of waiting for someone to go, no, hold on. You don't go to the school. I do. This is what we do. We have blue and white outs. We have blackouts at certain times, and the whole crowd gets into it. And this is what this was. This wasn't a minstrel show. We weren't going in blackface to offend people. That wasn't the point. But yeah. So anyway, it was Jesus,
dude,
I don't even know what to say anymore.
I forgot. I have something to talk when you talk about, like, we had like a blue. I forget what it was called now. The blue something because the like
group.
Yeah, no, like the blue rage, or I don't remember exactly what it was called. My last 2 years of high school, my basketball team was kind of okay just for our division, or whatever and stuff.
So you guys played a black school.
I can't believe you're right. I can't believe how this got away with it. I don't even want to. We were sitting there one time where the player like that went into the crowd. My one friend just shoved him into the fucking crowd, like full on two arms, shoved him into the crowd. I do not know how a ref did not see this. Like, the player starts yelling at the ref that he gets pushed, like full on pushed into the crowd, and nothing happens from it. And
so the player's like diving for a ball.
Yeah, kind of diving for the ball. And then my friend
you guys gave him a little business, huh?
Fucking just
a little nudge.
It wasn't a nudge, dude. I cannot believe no one saw this.
You guys got like wrestling refs out there.
It was pretty fucking hilarious, actually.
Never see anything.
Yeah.
E, aren't you doing stand up tonight? Are you doing? I'm not going to tell people where you're going.
I'm trying to get back into it, I guess. Yeah, I took kind of the holidays off, but I'm trying to get back into the open mic scene.
Are you following Gary Goldman on Twitter?
I don't follow people on Twitter.
He's a funny man.
Dude, Goldman is the shit. He's unbelievable. Really he's so strong. He's been doing this, though, since January 1st, and it's starting to go viral with people. He's giving comedians tips. Like, once a day, he gives a tip on writing and performing and what to avoid. It's really, dude, I couldn't stop reading it. Talking about how to deconstruct a joke.
Yeah.
And then take your best punchline out, see if the joke still works, try to rework this sentence, add a word here, add a word there, expand your vocabulary, not lean on the same words. It's really good.
I'll check it out.
I mean, it's just little blurbs, little tiny 240 characters each day, one of them. And he sounds
kind of technical for Isis. Isis, are you a technical joke writer? Or you just,
I don't know.
Just kind of go
I don't
by
really
feel?
know.
You don't go by sentence construction.
I have no idea.
You go like Chicago hooker, boom.
Yeah,
put them together.
I don't know what I am. I just like doing it. I like making people laugh, and I try to do that. I don't know how.
There's nothing wrong with that, E. You're very good too. The thing is, though, there's certain things that people don't know. Like,
no, you are right.
Like, hold on. He'll talk about like taking the Chicago hooker story, writing it out word for word, the entire joke, and seeing what is necessary in this joke. Where can you cut something? Where can you add something to spice this up? Try and rework it. Like stuff like that.
I have tried it different times.
I want you to read a lot, which is
I don't know. Well, I read, but I mean, it depends on what he's talking about reading.
Wikipedia is on Thursday or Wednesday evenings.
I read way more than Wikipedia by far. But I don't know. What does he mean? He wants you to read. He wants you to read books on comedy, or he just wants you to read?
No, he wants you to open your mind and expand your vocabulary, basically.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. This, when I was in school, I have such a terrible problem with spelling and grammar. Horrible. And I've read, really, not my whole life, but starting in 4th or 5th grade, I read pretty regularly. And I remember even several times having teachers tell me, your spelling is so bad, your grammar is so bad. Have you considered reading books, though, to read a book and see, maybe you will just start
see how words are spelled?
You'll just start to read. No, I don't know, just enough that you see real grammar being done, where commas go and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I would have to tell them, I'm literally reading books every night. I read every night, and it's never done anything for me.
Not working for you?
No, it's not helped me at all.
Some comedians are like that. There's some people that are kind of illiterate with that stuff, but you're just a step above that kid. Remember that athlete we saw at the junior college?
I know.
Last Chance U. And the lady's like, "Why is a period there?" And he's like, I don't know, man. I just see those dots on people's papers, and so I figured you just sprinkle them around.
You are right on
he
that.
Had no fucking clue what the end of a sentence was.
Yeah, that was that 150-pound linebacker, Bobby, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, that kid was ridiculous.
I mean, that was so sad though. It's like he's just going, oh yeah, I don't have any of those dots in my article.
Here.
Put one there, put one there. Think about that, dude.
Dude, honestly,
he's
though,
in college.
you know what though, dude? Honestly,
Holy shit.
I know you're kind of being maybe a little facetious, but I mean, I know where periods go, kinda, and
I would hope so.
No, but I'm starting to think like I've realized it recently when I try to type. Like I tried to type a status out today or something on one of my social media things, and I started looking. I knew it was a run-on sentence what I had, but I didn't like.
Do you remember what the sentence was?
No. Probably pull it up
because I'm not so sure it was a run-on sentence. It might have been perfectly fine.
No, I know that it was, but I didn't know where like to end it, and if I was ending it in a place that like, I wonder if my Facebook is here. I don't know. Let me see. I could probably pull it up.
I don't. When you talk about adverbs and like certain like I don't know everything, and punctuation can be hard. Like when do you use a colon versus a semicolon? And you're good at this stuff, Jay, but periods and commas,
yeah,
I think are just.
I have ideas of where
I over exclamation point things. If people know me, I
should never use an exclamation point.
I know, and I was doing the tragic comma or but and then comma. You're not supposed to, or
unless you're saying alas.
Yeah, exactly. What's the and one? You are or you aren't supposed to comma.
I always comma before an and, but I know there's different views on that.
Yeah,
okay. You know what? And I'm meaning in a list of 3 or more things.
Right. I don't think I comma before ands. I don't, but
I ended up taking the sentence, like probably what could have been a whole sentence out because I just didn't know what to do about it. So I just thought it was too much.
What did it say?
I don't remember. I'll show you what the ending thing had to do. It has to do with the Kickstarter or GoFundMe we have going here. So like I have this part here.
Almost to 7,000 people. I think a $sign would have worked really well there.
Yeah.
A $sign and a comma. Almost to 7,000 comma people.
See, I don't know.
Which is amazing.
Exclamation point.
Period.
See?
And Mike and Jay. And
easy.
Mike and Jay and I can't. You need an apostrophe and
apostrophe.
Can't.
Yeah.
I thank you enough
apostrophe in.
to those who have given. Exclamation! Exclamation! Exclamation!
Okay.
Exclamations are appropriate in this context. Like, and I don't want listeners sending me emails of my emails to them where I'm like, hey, thanks for supporting us. Because yes, I will use exclamations.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm talking in like real prose though.
No, I noticed mine.
Sorry.
Like if I write to you on text and I look back at it, you respond. I'm like, why did I have 4 sentences in a row that all ended with exclamation point? I'm over exclamation pointing it. I'm watering down my own point.
I think we should have a really cool announcement coming. Paren gross and paren. He's got a space after the first paren today to try to get this thing to our goal a little faster. He does the
But see, I had a sentence before that, and honestly, I didn't know how it was. I knew that it was too long, but I didn't know if I didn't know what I could do with it. I didn't know that it was even a full sentence. Like
here's what I would have done, Jay, and you can tell me if I'm wrong here, okay? I think we should have a really cool announcement coming. Paren gross today. ... I love the ... The goal being to get this. Our goal being to get this thing, or the point being to get to our goal sooner. Period.
The use of the ellipsis there is quite informal, but I'm prone to do that too a lot in text.
I love the ...
Posts.
What is that called? Ellipsis?
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought it was the ...
Well,
I thought that's what it was called, but
you can call it that.
I love so that would have been an appropriate.
Sure. I mean, these social media posts. It's.
Well,
my point of saying that is like when you said I'm just above that guy, I know that that's kind of right. Like,
yeah, that's okay.
More importantly, what is this very special announcement?
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
I know.
I'm not gonna. Don't make me do the wording of it.
Jesus, go.
No, I'm not gonna. Mike can do it.
Tell the people.
All right, I'll do it. So, did we set a number 10 grand if we hit our goal?
Yeah.
We were talking about potentially bringing Jerry back to town from the Jacks,
but in a special way.
He's got his, every year he does his in the dead of winter. He'll sleep in the driveway. We did that last year and had a lot of fun with that. It was something, big eagle cam, the whole works. And we're going to add some things to that and do it again. He'll be doing his charity and push for South Oakland Shelter.
So the big eagle cam, of course, is a 24/7 webcam that's on ESIS, and you can get him on YouTube. He'll also be Facebook Living it all the time. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and so he goes on there all night, and it's believe it or not, it's must-see TV because he's got to be in there unless he's doing the show. Isn't that the deal?
Yeah.
Like he's allowed.
Strangely addicting. It really is. You can watch this guy. There's just something about the way he crunches his nose,
Look at the camera.
starts to read shit, and then looks right at the camera.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a fishbowl effect to it, and just I don't know.
And he's talking back with everybody, and it's funny because I'll go outside, just in the backyard or something, and I can hear him talking to himself or singing, and it's funny because he startles so easily that I'll just grab like a pine cone and whip it at the tent. It'll flip him the fuck out. He'll think someone's out there.
You should see what he does if you accidentally run your car into his tent.
Oh
boy,
and that's
really
something he can't
it.
get over. Oh my God, you almost ran me over and killed me.
Had some
Jesus
squishy brakes.
Christ.
Sorry, some squishy brakes in the Zott Ford loaner that day.
Yeah, exactly. It was a new car anyways. It wasn't even his. And it's like, just hold on to that. It's killing him. You know what I mean? You got to let shit go. Forgiveness is a big part of what we stand for here. And just because Jay almost ran you over and killed you.
Did I run into the corner of the tent? Yeah. Did it even come close to killing you? No.
Yes, it did, but not as close maybe as he thinks. Plus, you came in hot as hell. I mean, God only knows. And you had no idea where he was in there. So it really was a crapshoot as to whether or not he was going to be hit and murdered that day. But it was a risk we were willing to take. We got it on video. It was hilarious. And E just cannot let it go, man.
Boy, did he lose his shit. Oh, my God, did he lose his shit that day.
Do you remember him storming in the house?
Stomping.
Grabbing his keys.
He's doing the high step
I'm
stomp.
leaving.
Just that big that stomp forward.
I'm out of here.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Yeah, he was screaming fuck you at Jay's face. Grabbed his keys and tried to get into his car.
And he was equally pissed that I knocked out the feed for a moment. Because that's his thing, man. He gets so addicted to it. He loves the spotlight,
Yeah.
So that big eagle cam's really important.
His big thing, Jay, is here's what really bothers him about that incident and moment.
Not even gonna get into this. So.
That's fine. I know he's in the middle of tweeting
get the carrots and potatoes out.
Yeah, we're in a stew. Here's his big hang up with this. Can you imagine what would happen to me if Jay was in that tent and I came screaming into my car and blasted into it? What would his reaction be? I'm like, oh, he'd kill you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
So he doesn't understand why he's not allowed to be pissed at you when you would not laugh that off at all. And in his defense, I must say he does have a rather valid point.
I was in
there.
complete control, Mike. You come on.
No.
Now Jesus comes screaming down the driveway and hits a tent. Come on. There's a damn good chance, more probable than not, that he goes screaming right through the middle of it.
I want to say you did do some slight research before pulling into the driveway. Did you not go on the video and see where he was?
I made sure he was in the same spot.
But there is a lag. He at any point could have gotten up and moved. You would have had no idea. So
look, listen, I knew at the very least there was a keg in the corner of the tent.
It's true.
Remember, the keg sat there with the camera on top of it,
so that it would keep the
Jesus.
Keep the
You knew I wasn't going to kill you.
I'm not even gonna.
So anyway, we did some, and I believe we can throw in extra content today. We made a call to Jerry, and my new favorite thing anytime we talk to Jerry is to go, God damn it, what is the definition of docking again? And he does.
He whips it out.
He does.
Docking is the insertion of one man's glands into the foreskin of another.
And while he nails it every time in person while we're on the phone with him, he's never quite stated it so succinctly as that.
That's the best take.
Yeah.
It was the first take and the best one.
Docking is the insertion of one man's glands into the foreskin of another's.
He did say it two almost perfect ways, but just slight.
He just changes the word ordering a little bit.
He threw penis into one of them.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, is this insertion of one man's penis into the something like that. Yeah. You can hear it if you're in the members area.
Into another man's foreskin. So he'll just change it up. He obviously gets it every time. We never stump him on it.
Oh no, and it's never like, wait, what is he trying to say?
Docking. I don't remember.
You get it. But so anyway, we called him and just to see if he was around, available. So our thought was, because Jerry and the odd couple is what we call Jerry and E. Together, they are hilarious.
Well, and I've always thought that to get them on The Amazing Race would be the ultimate. Those two, that team of Jerry and Isis.
See, I always thought
what a dynamic
you and
duo.
E would be great. But Jerry and E, the only downside to that is they would lose week one.
Yeah.
And it'd be over.
Yeah.
And then the show would have to figure out a way to bring them back week after week. because they
Jerry would
wouldn't
be
want
like,
to lose the
Eric,
contract.
I can't go on. I can't go on, Eric.
Go
you
on
go.
without me, Eric. Go
yeah,
on without
it'd be really
me.
dramatic.
He'd be way over dramatic. He wouldn't shower or change his clothes, and he'd
Eric, I'm
constantly,
feeling faint. I need a rest.
Yes, he's a queen.
Yeah,
And
he
so the
is.
queen would need to be taken care of. And so we called Jerry and we're like, hey, man, would you be interested in coming back? He's like, oh, my word, yes. I would love to see my family in Michigan.
I've been thinking about Detroit a lot lately.
He's always thinking about Detroit and the many people he
I just
met
imagine
here.
him, dude, because I've been in his apartment. I just honestly imagine him sitting in his chair that he sits at, where he like takes his phone calls and whatnot, and thinking of Detroit. I
Yeah.
really can imagine.
Oh, I
that.
guarantee
Like,
he does.
right.
He does. And so he'll call people out by name when we're talking to him. It's hilarious. And so we thought it'd be really fun to have Jerry have to spend like 48 hours in the tent with E and see what these two knuckleheads can get up to. And he's like, oh, yes, that sounds wonderful. I'd love to do that. So
It's like out in the elements, Jerry. Just bring your feather boa.
Mhm.
We'll hook you up with an electric blanket, whatever you need. We'll make
Yeah.
him comfortable.
we'll make Jerry comfortable,
yeah,
not E.
No.
And so right now we're coming up with ideas of what else we can do to kind of up the ante from last year, what worked well and what we could add to the mix. And first thought is, okay, Jerry would be hilarious. And so we've worked that out that it'll work. So if we end up hitting our goal of 10 grand on the GoFundMe that we've got going out there is for the Detroit Cast studio upgrades.
We'll peel off a few hondos and get my man out here.
Yeah, we'll bring Jerry out, and we won't take it out of the studio money, but we will, take the money. And Jerry's like, oh my, I'd love to. I just don't have any money. And we're like, yeah, don't worry about it, Jerry. We got you. We'll get you out here, and it'll be fun. So that's one thing to look forward to, right?
One.
Many more surprises to come, I hope.
Hey, everybody. The North American International Auto Show is here, and the party animals at Zott Ford are celebrating with insane rebates and massive auto show bonus cash. Lease a new 19 Ford Fusion Hybrid, yes, a hybrid, as low as $82 a month with zero cash due. Or you can also lease a new 19 Ford all-wheel drive Escape, as low as $131 a month. Finally, if the number one selling truck in America is more your thing, lease a new 19 Ford F-150 Super Crew 4x4, as low as $112 a month, only from Zott Ford and Holly.
I'll take it.
I know.
$112 a month. Well, the Hacienda HealthCare, that's where the chick was in a vegetative. She was vegged up proper too.
She was vegged up proper and unfortunately impregnated by a worker.
We assume it was a male employee. That's why they're doing DNA testing on all the males and all males that had any interaction with her. And you were right. I hadn't read that before, Jay, but she was almost died in a drowning incident when she was 3. And so she's been at this place since the age of 3, kind of in this vegetative state. I don't know, man. To me, it's like, is that really a life? You're just being kept alive with respirator or whatever and
tough
feeding tubes. I mean, that is really tough. She's 29 now, and she's the one that gave birth at the end of December, had a baby boy, and she's part of some tribe, Indian tribe out in Arizona. I mean, she's not a very active member, but her family is. And so they're raising the boy and stuff's good there. We understand that William, the CEO over there,
Tibbins or whatever.
Timmons, yeah,
God,
that creepy looking
don't
fucker.
pull him up.
Yeah.
God, those goddamn eyes.
He looks like honestly, that dude could play just like a movie villain,
yeah,
and not do anything more. Like if that guy was just looking at you and walking slowly down the hallway, fuck, dude.
Beard.
We've learned just because it was at Poltergeist. Is that the one that freaks you out?
Yeah, Poltergeist 2. The guy who walks by the house singing those old hymns
with the hat. He's got
Yeah.
that, but they don't have like scarring all over his face
just and Tom Petty's grandfather or something.
Yeah, and it's just something about like some people just have that creepy look. Bill Timmons missed his calling as an actor. He would be cast in every horror movie.
It's never too late.
Yeah.
All right, E, pull him over.
Oh, God, Jesus! Wow. If you saw that, he just walked by. He just walked by your window, was going, "Good morning, Jay," and waving as he walked by in his fucking 1990s getup. Just a little too big
that
shirt,
electric blue shirt,
electric blue with a tie,
that Marshall's tie.
Good morning, Jay. I saw your kids at the bus stop this morning.
Oh, yeah.
I went by your wife's gym this morning. She's looking good, Jay. Have a good day.
Boy.
Oh.
The distance between the eyes, we've talked about it many times. It's so important.
Yeah.
So important. It's got to be right. God, Timmons.
Hi, Jay. Looks like you and the family got an early start this weekend. I noticed that.
He's wasting a lot of lens there, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know?
What's he going to do, man? His eyes are too close.
Half of that lens is being wasted.
Yeah. I mean, you could take those in half, just cut them right off the edges and give it back. It's like, I don't need these half of the lenses. My eyes are too close together. So anyway, he knew, like, oh man, someone in here fucked basically a dead girl, so I gotta go. It's been real, folks. And so he skedaddled. 2 more doctors now have left that place. I don't know if that means is now the time to leave, or would that be like, why did Dr. J leave?
Right.
Is he trying to get the fuck out of town because they're gonna finger him next? I don't know. So yeah, let's see. One doctor resigned.
If you know it's not you and you're disgusted by it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, why did that doctor leave? Why did a second guy's been suspended? Ooh, what are you suspended for, sir? You know, she is. God, I just want to see what this person looks like. Not nude.
It's not gonna look good, man. She's
You don't think so?
Laying there her whole life and
29, 112 pounds.
She's completely peled. She's vegetative.
Or 8
You ever
stone?
seen a hot vegetable?
Yeah.
Have you?
I don't know. I was gonna make a veggie joke, but not.
Yeah.
I decided against it.
Warm carrots are delicious.
Warm carrots are.
No, dude. Come on.
I don't know if it's possible. I don't know because I'm thinking
the body hasn't moved for 26 years. It's just.
I know, but my thought is if you're gonna do that to someone, you would think there'd be some sort of attraction, or do you think they don't even care?
Yeah, there's
like
a slippery hole there.
Yeah, maybe that's it. They don't give a shit.
Stroke my penis to completion.
But I'm sure there are plenty of vegetables there. Why would you pick the one that's 29 and 112 pounds? That's just my cynical head goes, okay, it must have been the best of the pick of the litter. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So they just, I guess these people just started frantically calling 911 as soon as like, holy shit, it's giving birth. Yeah. A spokesman for the firm said, once again, we offer an apology, send our deepest sympathy to the client and her family. Hacienda intends to do everything possible to restore its credibility in the eyes of our patients, families, the community, and our agency partners at every level. The revelation that an incapacitated woman was raped inside the care facility has horrified advocates of people with severe disabilities. Now, her family has a spokesperson, a lawyer, speaking on behalf of them, and he's saying some things too. And
yeah, there's some level of consciousness, but that doesn't that just up the damages, right? That's going to be the argument that she can indicate she knows a little bit what's going on, right? With eye movements or some shit.
Yeah, she's got what's known as flaccid quadriplegia, and I don't know what flaccid quadriplegia. I don't know exactly what that means, but it says while she's not alert, she needs a maximum, and I mean maximum level of care with tubes to help her breathe and feed and all that stuff. And so John Michaels, the attorney, he said, although she has significant intellectual disabilities and doesn't speak, she has some ability to move, respond to sounds, and is able to make facial gestures. Who was the woman that
she has nerve endings, right? So,
right. I mean,
you light her on fire, she'll flinch, I guess. I don't know. Well,
who was the woman? What was her name? And she would be like,
which one?
Well, I was going to get further into it in my description here. I can name that pledge in 4 sentences. It was the one where the husband wanted to murder her, just wanted her unplugged and gone. And the family was like, no, she's still in there.
Yeah.
They got video. Terry?
Oh, man.
Was it Terry something?
Yeah, huge national story because, the family was split on what to do with her.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was trying to sneak in the bedroom and just unplug the machines, and the family would be like, not you again, get out of here. And they'd grab her. And so I think it turned out that the husband had more rights than the family because he was married to her legally. And so they were like, yeah, what are we going to do? Go ahead, let him unplug it, And I think she ended up getting unplugged and dying.
I don't remember.
But I think the doctors are saying, no, there's nothing there. There's nothing in there, even though you're hearing her to go.
Yeah, it's just sort of random brain waves and random response.
Seeing a finger flinch, it's like, oh, look, did you see the finger flinch? It's like, no.
Yeah, but you know what the lawyer's doing in this case? He wants there to be some question as to whether she is conscious in some regard, because then it's like, oh my God, she's laying there suffering through this rape.
Right.
Otherwise,
it makes
it's like,
it way worse, doesn't it?
A lump of flesh.
If it's just a damp hole around an unmovable thing that doesn't feel anything, see anything, hear anything,
with presumably a huge bush.
I mean, nipples to navel. I mean, it is like to the mid thighs to the belly button. Indian descent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dark.
Yeah.
Dark black hair.
Full. It's not even triangular anymore. It's more of a giant rectangle. But that's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter.
Down the legs, down the inside of the leg.
Yeah, I know. And do you think they're shaving legs at that point? Because that's cosmetic as shit.
Dude,
right?
they didn't even know she was pregnant until a baby started emerging from her womb.
Yeah.
There's no way they're shaving her legs.
So she's got
or trimming it up and doing a nice little
if they do,
landing
it's like
strip.
once a year or something.
She's got why? It's cosmetic. You wouldn't shave your legs once a year. Why would they bother with her?
Wow.
She's probably got 16 straight years of just growth.
Yeah. They probably braid her leg hair.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the people are dealing with it on that level. But as horrible as that story is, if you think she's unfeeling, unknowing, it is tenfold worse if you think that she's able to, like Metallica One video, sense and hear what's going on around her and be aware of what's going on. So, yeah, that probably does make the lawsuit way more money, right?
Of course, yeah.
So he says she has feelings and is capable of responding to people she's familiar with, especially family. She likes being read to. I don't want to question him. He knows more than I do, but I don't know how.
I mean, maybe there's like a little smile that comes. I mean,
I don't think so. I don't know.
How do you know?
I don't, but I know what vegetative state looks like, and I know what feeding tubes and breathing tubes look like.
You asked, how could he know that? And I'm giving you a way that maybe
I know, but Jay just told us that this could be, this is a way to up the money. If you can go, there's a twinkle in her eye every once in a while, and she likes to be read to. I'm just throwing shit out there. I don't know. So on Friday, a registered nurse and a certified caregiver had been suspended from another patient who claims abuse. And Timmons, his party left on the 31st. She's able to respond to sounds and is able to make facial gestures. So he's claiming that.
Maybe.
It's a horrific story. It's just
a case-by-case basis, right? Everybody's different. Who knows? Who knows what her injury entails?
Okay, this is going to sound horrible, but on some level, are you glad the guy didn't pull out? And so here's the only reason I say yes.
Because now it's like he's being caught.
Yes, now we're able to stop it. Who knows how many chicks he was banging in there that he just assumed. That is brain dead. That can never say a word.
It's awful.
Never say a word. And so now the fact that he got sloppy one time and busted a nut in this girl, at least now we're able to stop it or at least shed a little light on this issue that we didn't even know was going on. So this could be a good thing. This could be good news out of Hacienda.
What a way to find some good news there, Mike.
Well,
I agree.
We're always looking for the silver lining, man.
Right, you have to.
I mean,
good vibes.
Who knows? It could have been 10 doctors or 10 caregivers in there, just like made a pact. We'll watch each other's back.
Oh,
we don't know. And then it's like, God damn it, John, really? The pact was
Can you imagine that?
You don't
text?
barely pull out. You fucking pull out. Jesus, Bill, what's the matter with you? You fucked it up for all of us. And now it stops. Ja Rule has issued an apology to the
Mr. Rule.
Oh, Mr. Rule. Dude, I'm starting, and this is brief, and I hate to say this, Marianne Roll, she's the Bahamian woman who owned the restaurant.
Catering,
yeah, the catering thing that was feeding all the Fire Festival folks, and they obviously stiffed her because they didn't have any money.
What's her GoFundMe up to, Isis? Do you know?
I'll tell you, it's up to over $158,000, $160,000 now. It's probably even higher than that, but the story I printed this morning had it at over 158. So the story goes, she spent $50,000, her entire life savings. She didn't want to rip off the employees who worked for her, and since she was getting stiffed on payments from the Fire Festival guys and Billy McFarland, she was taken out of her own savings, and it ruined her life and her credit and all that, right? So the Netflix documentary comes out, and people go, oh my God, how can we help? And the producer of the thing said, if you want to help, there's a GoFundMe for her. You can, give her money there. Her GoFundMe has been extremely successful. Like I said, of 158,000 of the, I don't remember what she was trying to get, 50 grand or whatever. And so Ja Rule comes out now and says, my heart goes out to this lovely lady, Marianne Rule. We've never met, but I'm devastated that something that was meant to be amazing turned out to be such a disaster and hurt so many people. Sorry to anyone who has been negatively affected by the festival, ... Rule. His Twitter followers, of course, would go, oh, I don't see you on the donation, Mr. Rule, for the GoFundMe. People going, oh, so you getting ready to write that big check? And here's where I'm starting to fall fall out of love with Marianne. She's got this great story.
Already. Here we go.
Well,
it doesn't take long usually.
She's telling TMZ that she thinks Ja Rule should fork out $100,000 for her if he's truly sorry. The restaurant owner says she still needs money to pay her employees and her bills.
Then she should have made the GoFundMe thing she wanted higher.
Well,
what was the goal? Why did she make a goal what it was?
I don't know, and that's irrelevant. Obviously, ours is at $10,000, and you'd love to make $50,000. So I get that. It's like you don't want to look, you don't want to set a goal too high that you can't reach. And so if it's like I'm out $50,000, if I can make that money back, that'd be awesome, and people help it. So now she's over 3 times that amount. She's hit the jackpot. 160. What is it? 164 now.
164.
$164,000.
$10.
And people are continuing to give. So
Alma B just gave $10 just now.
Nice. So why? I'm assuming she still has the Bahamian spot, which is going to be a hot spot now. People are going to want to go there and meet the woman and tell her how great she is.
Hey, she's striking while the iron's hot, man.
I know, but dude,
she knows the pressure's on this asshole. There's no question Mr. Rule and Mr. McFarland are at fault for this, right?
Sure. But if she said, okay, I want Mr. Rule.
Messrs. Rule and McFarland.
Yeah. If Mr. Rule truly feels sorry, maybe he could donate $100,000 to his local soup kitchen and feed lots of hungry people this
That'd
winter.
be classy, but
But why do we need to get on top of the
striking while the iron's hot, man?
Okay, but she's going public and telling TMZ, I think Mr. Rule should give me $100,000 if he's truly sorry. So now 164,000 is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
We need another $100,000 stat, and I think Rule should pay for it.
Yeah, we like to think of this lady as this poor noble woman who's perfect in every way, but she just got screwed. No, she's imperfect, just like everybody else, and she wants what's hers and everything she can get.
$50,000. So 50 grand is what she was on.
Striking while the iron's hot.
I don't like it. So I went through all 50,000 of my savings that I could have had. They just wiped it out and never looked back, and so I'm out that $50,000. But thanks for the 164 already. But boy, I could use another $100,000 from Mr. Rule. I'm going, I don't know, man. It just looks a little.
I don't hate the move, Mike.
Really?
I don't hate the move.
You don't think that appears greedy?
Who cares?
Even a little bit.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, it's not the ultimate in class, but fuck him, man. Put the pressure on him.
I know, but you just nailed it. She was coming off as this, I feel sorry for, noble person who did a great thing.
Dude,
and
this is
now
her
trying
one chance. She has
in
one
life
chance
to make the kind of
fucking
money
make
like
bank
This
here.
isn't an Eminem song, guys.
Mom Spaghetti.
Mom Spaghetti.
She's got one chance to hit the jackpot here, and whatever she takes out of this, that's it. Then she's forgotten forever. So
I don't like the idea.
Force the guy who's truly at fault, one of the two, who's at the heart of this thing.
You're shaming him.
Yeah,
he said he apologized. Then why doesn't he?
Feels so bad. His net worth is $8 million.
He already said, I've never even met this woman. I feel terrible. I'm sorry to anybody that was hurt. It was awful. I was a victim too, but sorry. All that shit. I was
a victim too.
He did say that the other day. No, why are we? No, what she said is, I need the money to pay the employees. Okay, that's covered. The $50,000 is there. You've already paid them. You don't need to pay them. You already paid them. This is to go back into your bank account.
Yes.
And then secondly, to pay my bills. Why? Why are we paying your bills?
I have never met you. Play both sides of stories.
No, I don't.
So often.
She's got $164,000 to pay her bills and pay herself back.
Okay.
She's got an extra $110,000 after paying herself back.
Jay's right. Why the fuck wouldn't she? She'll never have a chance to make this kind of money in her life. And if she could get $100K more,
think of the anxiety this chick suffered over the year and a half before any of this was brought to light, where she's just like out the $50,000. Who knows what how many dicks she has to suck.
Oh,
I don't know.
Come on. She's a noble, Bahamian woman. She's not sucking
people keep
dicks.
giving money though. God damn
trying to make ends meet for all that time, and now it's like, fuck you. All right, I've got the guy on the hook who's at fault for this. Like, put your money where your mouth is, dude. You're so sorry, Mr. 8 millionaire. Who caused this shit.
I don't know. I wanted to think of her as someone that we could aspire to and look up to. As shut up, that she's noble. She's just a sweet woman who did everything she could. I drained my bank account. It's like, I want that woman to, when I would have donated, had the response been this: Mr. Rule, I just want to say how much I appreciate your apology. This is the first time I've heard that. It means a lot. That's all I really needed. And I hope my GoFundMe continues to grow and all that. But to go, if he's really sorry, he'll give me $100,000. Like, to pay my bills.
You sat here and got on celebrities when they've like not given enough. They have $8 billion and they only give 100,000. This guy is part of the problem. He says he's sorry, admits it, and doesn't give any money.
You gentlemen do this to me, and you're.
It's true, man. The inconsistency is stark.
No, it's not.
The only thing consistent is your inconsistency.
No, here's the problem I've always had with these things when it's like, oh yeah, we're trying to raise money to save the Dolphins, and it's like, we're putting our money in, and then some big shot comes stepping in and goes, I donate $100,000, and it's like, cute, you're worth $20 billion. Thanks. It's great. It's $100,000. I couldn't give $100,000. It's nice, but you get all this spotlight like you're a hero. Guess what? I decided to drop half a penny into the pot.
Well, he got all this spotlight for saying Ja Rule apologizes to the old lady, doesn't give even any money.
Good point.
You don't know. He could have been anonymous, dude. You don't know that. Look for the highest number anonymous on that whole thing, and just assume that's Rule.
Right.
From what I know from Mr. Rule, that's something he would do.
Seems like a good dude, huh?
I'm not looking through 5,000 donations to find out what the highest was.
There was one guy that gave $10,000. It was Rule. You know it. Just assume it was Rule. Anyway, let's take a break. And transgender engineer leaving Facebook. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
I got to ask you guys some tough questions, and I need you to be honest.
Okay.
Woman is dying, cancer. She was a model. And she's going to have a wedding. She's got a year to live and was dumped by her fiancé. And I'll give you some more details about it, but I'm going to require extreme honesty from you guys in this situation. We'll do that next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Mike and Jay. And, yeah, thanks to everybody that's been doing the GoFundMe for us, helping us along with that. It's doing well, and we're very, very grateful and thankful. I don't know what it's up to, E. Maybe you can pull it up later. We can run down a few names of people that have been nice enough to donate. I saw another $50 donation came in. Maybe Jeff Benson. Maybe that was the last name I saw on there. So thank you to Jeff. He's the wee wisp of a guy. He's got that big fucking like F-150, and he's like 4 feet tall. I love that guy. Every time around him, I'm like, do it again, and he's like that gymnast from UCLA that just wham right into the splits, like straight onto his bag in jeans.
Shocking.
Oh, he's wearing full-on Levi's and then wham right onto his bag. So, look at that. Yeah, I want to pick him up and carry him home. So thank you, Jeff. Anyway, I mentioned to you guys I had a story, and I wanted you to be honest.
Right.
These are tough. You know, if you remember, Jay, early on, I was trying to figure out where the line was drawn between you. Like, at what point you're like, fuck it, I'm out. And I think I took Gab's arms and legs away. I filled her vagine with cement. I made her mouth just wee tiny. And I hung her in the closet. And you're like, nope, till death do us part. And I was like, noble. You're a good guy. Not everyone's as noble as you are, sir. And so we've got a woman with terminal brain cancer. And she's talking about her devastation. Her fiance dumped her a week before the wedding. And, Emily Nicholson. She's 24.
Oh, man.
How close to the, like, when did he find out about the cancer?
She had it for a while. She's been a drain, to be honest. And she's 24, aspiring model.
Did they get
and was getting paid to do some modeling. So, we're dealing with. She was working at club promoter, doing some bar stuff, but also being paid to model. And then she was diagnosed with brain cancer in February 2016, which kind of halted everything. She's got her then boyfriend, Jamie Smith. They'd already began making plans to get married when she was given the devastating news. And they said, you've got a year to live. So she was size 6. You want to see her? You want to see what she looks like? You got a picture over there, E?
No, you can't. Oh,
sorry.
There's
That's okay. There's not video. I can keep it turned down. So here you go. Pops up there, Jay. You can get a gander at her. She claims that they were supposed to get married a year ago, and they had to postpone because she had to have surgery, and so the wedding was coming up. And
she a little bit cross-eyed.
Oh, I don't see that. She's looking at
Okay.
I mean, cute, And so Jamie messaged me and said he didn't want to be with me and hadn't loved me for a long time. It was horrendous. He made it very clear that he didn't love me. I felt it was because of the way I looked. Now I don't feel anything about him. Here's the problem. When you get on the steroids and the drugs,
make you puffy.
Yeah. And so she packed on a good 70 lbs.
Let's see her now.
And so
I guess you here.
Yeah. Should be other pictures there. Go ahead to the right.
Same chick.
On the left. Yep. Same one. There she is.
And how long does she have to live?
A year.
Okay, so you just have to live with that for you. Look, I give Jamie a lot of credit because Jamie could have married her ass, and
keep going through the pictures. E, why are you going?
Tried to come off as the noble guy. Come on.
What? I didn't say anything. Dude, I've had this, for a week now. I've been recovering from this illness, and I get phlegm, and it's like poof. Get me coughing and wheezing and stuff. So she's in the middle. That's an older picture, obviously. There. Go back one picture, E.
Okay, sorry.
So now 2 pictures back. 1, 2. I think she's in the middle there.
Yeah, I think she is too. Taking up most of the middle there. So the question is,
she was doing well. She had her own house, a good job. She was also picking up work as a model. She was blossoming. She loved life. Now it's all gone. And Jamie left, and I'm wondering, like, if someone has a year to live, don't you stick in there for the long haul, or do you think it's fair to go, oh man, I didn't sign up for this shit. She was a smoking hot 24-year-old a year ago, and now she's kind of a fat girl with a year to live. How
do you know it all comes down to looks, Mike?
No, I don't. That's what I'm asking. I've never been married. That's what I'm saying. This is probably a fair question for E, because I know you've already hung your wife in the closet, and she's got like lemon lips. She can't barely talk out of it.
I'm kind of like wondering, like, when there's a lot of timeline things here to me.
Well,
how long they've like when do they get proposed? When does the brain cancer come into play? I mean,
I think this all happened pre-diagnosis. Everything was moving along swimmingly.
oh shit, and then
Diagnosis happens, and then boom.
God dang it, man. It's a rough situation.
Yeah, it's tough. I know.
I wish I knew anything else about these two. It's just kind of hard to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, she could be a total
yeah, like
bitch.
what does he do?
Well,
Right, that's the other like.
He says now for Jamie's part. Jamie's denied. Now her mom and her are saying he still had his bachelor party and went with the boys and did his whole thing.
That's
it was scheduled. I mean, why lose the money?
So was the wedding.
I know, but no guy gives a shit about a wedding. Come on, let's be honest. But the bachelor party, not bad. He claims he's denying these allegations. Says it's not true. Did not do this. In
Is
fact,
she still alive?
Yeah, and here's the thing.
See, that's what I was gonna say. To these diagnoses, man.
I know, and that's the thing. She's already, and this is great news, outlived the timeline that the doctors gave her.
By how long?
I don't know. It's not that long, but we're still moving along. We're doing well. So that's great news. She's a fighter. That's good. He says it was the other way around. She actually left me. Seems like this would be a very, very thing to clear up,
Yeah, it kind of matters.
He said, she said, when you're talking about messages on text, seems like the author of this article could have found that out.
Yeah, we have zero evidence as to why the breakup occurred. All we know is she has brain cancer. They were all fiancé.
Yep.
And he ditched out.
Does this sound a bit like a backhanded compliment in a way, kind of negative? I think he's taking a shot here, but I'm not totally sure. Here's what he said. I never left her. Secondly, I never left her for anything to do with her weight gain. If that was the case, I would have left her months before because she started putting weight on before that.
Wow.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Shot.
I mean, that's kind
He's
of
taking a lot of heat,
Is that kind of like, add an insult to injury, though? It's like she's already going through her thing, and you go, oh, no, Tubby, you started packing on all that fat weight way before this diagnosis.
This world sucks to me. Like, look, I'm not saying this. This guy might be a total D-bag asshole.
He looks like in some of the pictures.
Maybe he is. But 20 fucking years ago, he just would have had this thing, it would have been in his little circle. This guy's a douchebag. He could move on. I mean, does he need, like, now he's in the, this worldwide story. All these people are going to just instantly judge him, calling him his asshole, as if he doesn't deserve, like, I don't know. I'm just saying.
You want to extend your benefit of the doubt?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a weird thing where he could have done this 20 years ago, and it just would have been like in this little town. Oh yeah, John. You know what he did to Stacy? What a dick.
Yeah,
and
he
could
have totally viral, and it's just assumed he left her because of her looks.
Yeah. Well, let's see. If you put the pieces together, you're talking about 24-year-old kids. They're young. He's going in thinking this is what we're doing, and then life handed him a different story. And is it fair at some point for him to go, hey, look, man, I haven't signed on the dotted line yet. Love that girl, but every aspect of what we were building at this early stage in our lives is just been shattered.
Isn't it?
Everything about it.
Isn't it better
Is there any way to gracefully bow out of that and not be a dick?
See, the thing
do you have an obligation to follow through? Like, I proposed to her. Everything's changed. Now I have to see this thing through.
But what if she didn't have brain cancer? That's like the thing to me. Like, if this was just what if she didn't have brain cancer? She just starts getting sloppy. He hasn't married her yet, and he starts to go, you know what, man? I don't know that I want to go through a divorce. I mean, or what if he went through the marriage and just starts cheating on her? Like, is that worse? I mean,
right. And I think that was to Jay's point. We don't really have any other details about it. It could have been that.
Yeah, it's very difficult to.
But I'm saying you take brain cancer.
If we take it at its face, and you just go, okay, the decision was made by him to move on and bail a week before the wedding, got cold feet because, as she says, I don't look the same and I've got this terminal illness. And my question is, in all honesty, because it's easy in a Hollywood movie to be the hero that sits bedside and, until her last moment of breath on earth. But is that in reality fair to do to someone where you're like, fuck, man, I didn't sign up for this? Or I
guess you weren't really in love with her if you're not willing to see that through.
Yeah. I knew you were going to be morally grounded.
I think the 10 days out is a little
too. It's not morally grounded. It's just reality. Like you're going to stick with somebody if you really care about them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's, I think we all like to think that, but I'm not saying, I get it. I've definitely dated girls who are like, oh my God, I put on 10 pounds and blah, blah. And it's like, I love you. I don't give a shit. Whatever. How shallow do you think I am? So I get the sentiment you're saying, but that's an awful lot to heap on the plate of someone getting ready to walk down the aisle, isn't it?
Yeah, but so is to break up with this person who you purportedly were so in love with that you were about to marry and realize they're going to die within a year. I mean, that's extreme too, to just walk away from that.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, people with disabilities always want to be treated normal, though. And if he just didn't love her anymore, I mean, should he stay with her just because of cancer?
Great question, E. Say you, Jay. What say you to that?
I don't know any. I mean,
he can't know. I mean,
none of us
facts
do.
here.
This is speculation and conjecture. We've been given a set of facts, and I'm just asking a really tough question to answer.
It's a tough question.
It's hard for Jay because I think you think of your relationship, and you know that no matter what happened to Gab, she could just be a head. She's just a breathing head anymore, and you're like, dude, that's mine that I married and I love.
I guess if you're it's very hard because you don't know any of the facts other than she got brain cancer. So I just stand by what I said. In fact, it would be equally hard to walk away from that and just go, wipe your hands of it and be done if you really truly cared about the person. You just wouldn't do that to somebody you really truly cared about.
Yeah, you would hope not. You would hope not. But people have broken up for much less than that. That's for damn sure. So I don't know. It's just a question when I read this.
But you don't really truly care. I don't agree with that. If you really truly care for the person, you'd stay with them. You'd care about them enough to stay with them.
Yeah.
So,
well,
why would you leave?
I think that's a very easy thing to say, but I don't know. You can love someone like crazy, and then the whole thing changes, and then fall out of love with someone, right?
Well, then you fell out of love. You're saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, why would that change anything? Like, why would the fact that if you're in love with a person, ready to marry them, and this happens, you see it through, it'd be equally as hard to go, nah, I'm done, wipe my hands and walk away. I just don't. I don't know. I'm not saying it right, but
no, I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying. I just, before you have kids, before you go down that road, I don't know. Is it a fair question? Because I think her mom is saying, hey,
look, you said you don't fall out of love with the person if they get brain cancer and fat. If you were truly in love with them.
I know. I would.
If you were truly in love with them and ready to marry them, truly ready, you're not going to give a fuck if they have brain cancer or get fat.
Yeah.
You're going to see
it through.
Sounds
great. I'm just asking. That's what I'm asking. I'm not saying I would do that. I'm just saying, is that reality? And is someone a monster if they decide, fuck, man, I absolutely adore this person, but everything has changed. Everything I know, everything I fell in love with is gone forever. The whole deal is different. I can see where people would go,
I wonder if it would matter if he's like, look,
maybe I've just never been in love, Jay, fully, that I don't grasp the concept. I don't know.
I wonder if it would be different if he was like, look, I just can't do this marriage thing, but I'll still kind of be there and help out.
Yeah, it's going to be a short-lived marriage, it sounds like, anyways. I mean, if he's just, I'll stop by once a week, check on you, rub your hair.
Doesn't want to. No, I'm just saying he
doesn't.
Because
it sounds like the mom is saying, like, look, in fairness, Jamie was a good guy, and he hung in as long as he could, and this is a really tough situation. I don't blame him. So the mom's not acting like, you fucking piece of shit, I don't know. Anyway.
Need more facts.
Yeah.
Hey, at every Twin Peaks, you'll find wall-to-wall TVs, scratch food, and the signature 29-degree beer served by the best-in-class Twin Peaks girls. Welcome to your new local spot for sports and scenic views. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Scenic views are titties. Just saying.
Yep, they are. Reading between the lines, I think you're right.
I am. That's what I'm thinking. Twin Peaks, like 1, 2, bang, bang. Titties.
See what they did there.
Transgender Facebook engineer manager says she, just a lady, was forced to leave the social media giant because she was harassed by her coworkers after criticizing the company's lack of diversity. Can these people stop criticizing everybody's lack of diversity and inclusion at every fucking turn? It'll work out better for you then, trust me. Sophie Alpert, she ran a major project called React, publicly announced that she was leaving Facebook. Today's my last day. I'm going to miss working at React full time, but I'm excited to try something smaller and new. I'm joining at Human Inc. next week as an engineer. She wrote on Facebook she wrote that Facebook was no longer the right fit for her. Facebook is good for many people, but not the right place for me right now. I want to spend my time at a place willing to push further on diversity and inclusion. God, those people are fun to be around. One where it's not okay to write that at the workplace that white privilege doesn't exist. Someone apparently wrote that somewhere on Facebook at Facebook. One where if I call out that our board has too many white men, I don't get harassed by other employees with transphobic messages saying I should be fired. Well, dude, you were a white man not that long ago. You know what I mean? Like, seems kind of shitty to be taking shots at older white men on the board of Facebook. A Facebook spokesman, I think this, if you read between the lines, speaks volumes. A Facebook spokesman said they did not tolerate harassment and claimed they took Ms. Alpert's concerns seriously. Sophie is very aware of how serious we took her concerns, given she spent significant time with members of our human resources department who worked in earnest to address all her issues. Because the comments in question were made anonymously, we weren't able to prove who did it. Who do you want us to fire? And
Sophie was a pain in the ass.
Doesn't it sound like Sophie was a giant pain in the ass? Yeah. It's too bad, too, because, one of the things that the tech companies especially have dealt with is a lack of female engineers. And here's a female engineer,
right?
Who's breaking down barriers.
That's one way to get a female engineer.
Yeah, right. Do we have a pic of this lady? Just a lady?
Facebook? It's so funny to me because Facebook is like on the forefront of not like doing this shit. Like I just don't believe it. Almost like, yeah, it's a
just a lady. I gotta be honest, Jay. I can still see a little bit of the guy in there.
I can too, but
can you?
I've seen worse depictions of ladies.
Yeah. Damn, this is gonna be a problem. I see a little bit of recession going on there. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
what happens to these dudes
with male pattern baldness? Yeah. We're gonna start seeing a lot of ladies with the crown going around.
The horseshoe.
God, I never thought about that.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of things.
Bald women walking around now.
Just a lady. God, another couple things here, but police are hunting for an old bird with a walker.
Oh no.
Who helped another man steal $1,000 from the Girl Scouts.
Yeah, come on, man.
They were selling cookies at a mall in New Jersey.
Is that the season right now? Girl Scout season? Don't they only do that once a year? Or am I imagining that? Is that
seems like they're around all the damn time.
Is that archaic? Yeah. Are they just for sale all the time now? Maybe they are.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I thought I saw them around the holidays, maybe, like trying to butt in on Santa's work with the Salvation Army people. He's ringing his bell
between
and it's like
January and April.
Okay.
But then it says some occur.
So we're in the heart of it right now.
Yeah. Some start as early as September though. So
getting a head start. So they're at a mall in New Jersey. 7 girls and 4 leaders. Seems like way too many leaders for 7 girls.
Yeah, the ratio is kind of high there.
They were blindsided and robbed.
One mom for each child.
Yeah, by 2 suspects at the Woodbridge Center Mall. Scout leader Jessica Medina, and I blame Jessica for this, or blame whoever set this down. She says a troop leader was on her way to the bank with an envelope full of cash. She's got $1,000 in there, right? She paused for a moment to help the girls. She sets the envelope down on the table while she helps the girls. Which, if you had $1,000 cash in an envelope, wouldn't you just like put it in your pocket, your purse, whatever? Why would you set it down on the table and turn your back on it? So, in an instant, it gets swiped, and the suspect,
man, right place, right time. I mean, in a bad situation,
it's
but
Walker lady shuffling away.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing where I take issue with the story because he snatches it, puts it into his pocket, and then anxiously can be heard saying, "Let's go, let's go!" to the bird. The old bird with a walker. She's got this dope ass red walker, I guess. And so,
it's one of those with the handbrakes and everything, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That red aluminum. Yeah, they're beautiful units.
So you heard the guy say, let's go, and referencing the old bird. And now they're making a run for it. She's walkered up proper. She's not running anywhere. She's walkering it. And they said, so one of the volunteers goes and runs to security to alert the mall people, and they call the cops. It's like, tackle the fucking bird. Why are we going to security? Just stick her, right? That's fair. If she's running away with your $1,000, take the 4 steps. You'll catch her in no time. Trip her.
Hit her handbrake.
Yeah, there you go. Lock up the handbrake. Yeah. Put a fucking stick in her spoke. So anyways, this guy's 6'2", and here's the twist to this though. So you got the old bird with the red walker and a second white male, roughly 6'2", who appeared to be special needs. For what we've learned, acting special needs.
Got a slow Donnie situation.
Yeah. This guy
beautifully done.
Yeah, this guy special needed up. And they said he was rocking like, he's kind of Rain Man in it.
Wow, okay.
And the cops said
he's dropping toothpicks. He's doing the whole thing.
He's doing the whole thing. And so the cops get there and they said that the police says he's rocking back and forth.
Definitely.
Gonna be at one. 266 toothpicks in the box. He's doing his whole thing, acting strange. They're like, yeah, he's fucked up. He's mentally retarded for sure. And the cops, so they go and they look at the video. They're trying to find these culprits.
Yeah.
And it's like, guys, you're wasting time. She's getting away. She's probably a good 50 feet away by now. You know, they're reviewing
shuffling along
security footage.
Tennis balls on the bottom.
And so they see him and they're like, see, he's special needs. And the cop's like, I think we've got a slow down situation. I think this man is pretending he's retarded up for the role.
Wow.
Stole your stuff, and he's got this bird as an accomplice.
It's like a pretty popular new move. There's a woman, I think this week, who got caught acting like her autistic twin sister. She was trying to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's trying to grab the cock and balls of a healthcare worker, right?
Is that what it was?
Lured a caregiver to the house, acted like her autistic sister, and then started grabbing cock and balls.
She didn't have an autistic sister. She claimed to be a twin with an autistic sister. Wow. It was all a ruse.
Diabolical.
Yeah. So she says, I need you to come by the house, pick up, my twin sister, take her to your house for some reason. I don't know why. And so this dude shows up, this caregiver, and, she pretends to be autistic as shit. Who knows what she's doing? Goes to the house, and then I got the feeling she was trying to blow the guy or something.
Man.
And he was like,
yeah, this
feels weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if he accepted a beeger, finished, and then went, it didn't seem very autistic-y to me.
My reading of the story suggested he did not. Suggested he was like, yeah. Called the cops.
Do we have pictures of her?
I don't.
Yeah, she's kind of rough looking, if I recall.
If she's hot, though?
No, she wasn't. Of course she's not.
Yeah.
What hot chick would pull this?
So
just think how desperate you are for cock and balls.
I know.
Cock
and balls.
You're just so desperate for cock and balls, you pull that. Like you're a chick. You can go to the bar, go to the mall, go outside and yell, "Hey, I need some cock and balls."
Free machine.
Seriously.
Free machine. Come one, come all, get your free machine. If you just did that screaming from your porch.
You don't need an elaborate ruse.
No, there'd be a few guys that walked by going, man, is this some weird trap setup thing? Are you going to cut my dick and balls off?
Yeah, this can't be real.
A few guys would go, fuck it, dude. I'm going to try it. Who knows? Yes. I'm going to risk it. And would go in there, and you've got your cock and balls.
Here's my cock and balls. Take my cock and balls.
She's overthinking this thing.
She really is.
Terribly. Unless she's just ghastly.
I wonder if she's tried the alternative.
Yeah.
Do we have a nude or a bikini shot?
Yeah, a nude video or porn she's done or anything. It's not, we're only seeing half neck up, so she could have a 4-foot long neck. I don't know. It could get really wide from there. I don't know. It's not.
A lot could be going on.
It's not ideal.
It doesn't look good.
Yeah. On its face.
It's what you'd expect.
However, we have seen rather hot chicks take horrible photos, police photos.
Yeah, mugshots. I don't think that. No, that can't be a hot chick, no matter what you do to it.
Yeah, you don't think you can fluff that up, make it work, put it in a sundress, maybe makeup, and do something with the hair.
No.
Maybe this is one of those Hollywood stories where she's like the homely fucking chick in high school, and then someone dolls her up, takes her to the mall, gets her a nice dress, and all of a sudden she's hot as shit.
Yeah, like the quarterback princess or something.
Yeah, now the quarterback wants to nail her. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have like
Ali Sheedy from Breakfast Club?
There you go. Do we have a base? Like if you stripped everything off everything, took it down to its new starting point.
I see a pretty broad-shouldered individual there.
She looks like she's played a bit of field hockey. I'll give you that. But I don't know. It's too hard to say. I need more. I need more information. I'm not crazy about those beady eyes too. She kind of has a fadey beady eye look to her. So, but I severely, I'm with you. I severely think she's overthinking this. You invented a retarded twin, and had someone come there and pick her up, take it to his place.
Your alter ego is a retarded twin.
How was this going to end anyways? Because the guy's going to have to carry this thing back or whatever, drive it home,
Right.
knock on the door. No one's going to answer. Would you just leave it on the porch?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't think she thought it
I
through.
don't think so either. Maybe she just planned on getting laid and then running out the door screaming or something. So yeah, this guy's he gets wise to this. It's made him suspicious. Something feels off, so he investigates. Her name's Rachel Childs, only 29.
Really? That's
Yes,
29.
that's 29.
I
That
would
thing
have
is
said
29.
49.
Yeah, no, 29.
Bring her back, E.
So he learns he does some crack investigative work. Probably went on Facebook and figures out that she's.
Yeah, I would have guessed 30s, mid 30s, high 30s, maybe. 29. God.
Yeah.
Boy,
if you
Jesus.
said,
Yeah, no, I would say
if I said, did you see
35 to 40.
Yeah.
Did you see the new girl? She's 29. She just made the Olympic team in the weightlifting division. And I showed you that.
Yeah.
You'd say, okay, yeah, 29-year-old
Yeah.
bodybuilder.
Yeah. They use German.
Sure, there you go. So, yeah, they've charged her. The police got her on January 3rd. She's been charged with burglary of a habitation with intent to commit assault and indecent exposure.
Oh, boy.
So,
She burgled.
yeah, indecently. So, if you're committing indecent exposure, does that mean she flashed her vagina or pulled her titties
She had
out?
intent to commit.
Or did she rip his pants off, exposing his dong that he didn't want, and that's the indecent exposure?
It was an attempt to commit indecent exposure. That's what it said, right?
and with intent to commit assault and indecent exposure. So
It was with intent, so you just said.
yeah, but if nothing's been exposed indecently, if it actually
That-
hasn't been exposed,
That guy could have said she said hey, she was going to blow me. She
but if it's like we're charging you with intent to indecently expose, and then she goes, wait a minute, I didn't flash my titties or anything. They never fell out.
intent, though. He could have said that. Like,
But you could say you walk by a bank. Well, he intends to rob it. I didn't rob it. Well, the intent.
But you
was
have a
there.
person here who called the cops. She burgled into his house, and he could say she told me she was going to show me her gross titties. I mean,
But she didn't flash her gross
She took
titties.
some step toward it.
intent.
I'm just saying that seems like one of those crimes, like intent to commit murder. You went over there and you were a terrible shot. You intended to do it, but you didn't. But you intended to. Intended indecent exposure. I feel like at least a nip has to pop out for it to be.
Why?
Because how do you intend to do it, but it doesn't get done?
Just how I described it.
So any girl that goes, "Hey man, can I suck your dick?" and you go, "Ooh, gross! No, get out of here!" You can charge him with intent to indecent exposure.
I guess.
I don't like that rule. I don't like it.
Why would you? What don't you like about it?
I don't like that law. I think
What don't you like about
if
it?
you're
'Cause
charging me with indecent exposure or attempted indecent, my dick better be out in public, not in a house.
well, here's the thing.
It better.
The
it
rules
better
are not
be
going to be.
outside.
This is one of those things where the rules are not going to be the same for a guy or a girl.
Fair.
Don't you think?
Sure.
Are you just giving me an?
I'm just giving it to so we can move on.
Okay.
Because I have another story. Just poop.
I'll take it.
I want a poop story.
Hey, before you get to that, does your
Okay.
money work as hard as you do? You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and to set aside money for retirement. Do you know if you'll be able to retire
How
on your
could
terms?
you?
How could you know? If you don't have a plan, let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Yeah, look at his poops. His name's Bo. Yeah. Bo goes outside. Owners are nice. They let him outside to go take a whiz dump, whatever, at night.
He gone.
He gone. He just bolts, never comes back. We looked
Worried
all
sick. They're worried sick.
Oh, absolutely. Kyle Creer's wife, and he and his wife Laura are just absolutely beside themselves in Concordia, Kansas there. And we looked all over the place. We could not find him. We decided to go home and wait for him to come back. He never did. So they give up almost all hope of ever finding Bo.
What do?
So imagine they're surprised they hear that a dog has been seen out and about some 6 miles away. My wife got a call that someone had just about hit a black lab, a white lab, and a goat on the road.
He made friends.
This poops went out and collected a couple buddies.
One of them is a goat.
Is a goat. They go out there and they find Bo, who's like, "Dad, where you been?" Hops in the car and
brings his buddies with him.
brings his buddies with him.
Here, just one second, dude. I've got
Some yellow lab with him and a fucking goat.
And a goat.
To me, this isn't a story without the goat.
Oh
The
yeah,
freaking goat, cherry on top.
dude. He
He's
picks
got
up
a goat.
He picks up a straggler dog running around town. Fuck, whatever. Cute, but not worthy of reporting. Goat, and a goat's hanging with him, dude. Dogs, when they get into a full sprint, they're gone, man. I just don't see a goat. I think he'd be more of a nuisance than anything.
Yeah.
He'd be holding them back, but no. What's wrong, E?
Just like ad.
We got
keeps
stills.
frozen.
Bring up the still.
Here.
Look at the
I wanna see the
goat
video.
trailing.
I want to see the
Just a
video.
second. I mean,
Look at those poops. He had a goat's a good 20 yards behind.
He's trying.
Wait up, guys.
I've got hooves.
Yeah, I'm hooved. Yeah, I'm hooved and horned. Wait up, guys. Your videos are still playing.
Bit of prancing. The judges.
Oh, Jesus.
We need some studio upgrades, man. Big Lee.
You might even win a trophy.
this is this fucking Ozzy dude.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I don't know why it's playing.
I recognize him, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, Bo's getting beaten out by his blonde friend there. Though,
So
in
Bo's the
still.
black lab,
Yeah.
and then he picked up a golden retriever.
Hey, speaking of cock and bulls,
Yeah.
have you seen the cock and bulls on this kid? This lab? I saw a still of him
Oh,
laying
no.
in their bed after they brought him home. Oh my gosh.
He's proud of it.
He's cock and bulled for sure.
Yeah. Here's the video. Here she goes to get Bo. Hey, Bo.
In portrait. God damn it.
My
Look at him
black
coming,
lab
just running like 300 yards away.
Dad, I'm coming. Look at that.
Who I find him with.
It's like, who's with him?
Oh my God.
Who's that with Bo?
Who's with
He's
Bo?
got another dog with him.
And cloven hooved friend?
But oh wait, he's got a goat in tow.
Bo, what are you doing, Poop?
He's got a goat
You're
with him.
bringing buddies with you? Hey, Dad. Hey there, pal. Sorry about that. Grabbed a couple buddies. Figured we'd come by and have some brown circles.
Runs right past Dad.
Yeah, right into the
truck.
car. Hops right in the truck. Oh,
Look,
man.
there goes his buddy into the truck.
Come on, guys, hop
You
in.
want to get in my truck too? Come
Here
on,
comes
hop
the
in
goat.
there.
And the goat's like,
Just get in.
yeah, what the hell? Why not?
Look at that shit.
We've been on the road for a while.
Hop in.
Yeah, all right.
Could use a lift.
I'll take you
Never
all
done
with
this
me.
before.
Huh?
All
I
right.
got a goat and 2 dogs in my truck.
Look at that, Poops.
Get
Move
in the
over,
back.
guys. I
Make
need room.
yourself at home.
What the hell?
How fucking awesome is that, dude? How
Good-looking
awesome is
goat.
that? So here's the problem with this story, though. So they go, and the goat gets in the cabin, the vehicle. The man asked him to hop in. He gets in the back, make yourself at home. It turns out that that was his dog, Bo.
Oh, shit. That blonde dog has those Max Scherzer eyes.
Yeah, and the goat's eyes are doing something crazy, too.
Well, goat's eyes do something crazy.
yeah, they're a little
That's
too,
what they do.
too spread apart, but his are blue like that. I think that dog, the blondie there, is like a neighbor dog from another farm, and the goat, too, is another neighbor. So these 3 got out together, and so it would have been awesome if it's like, yeah, I went and picked up Bo, and now I have a goat, too, and another dog.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, he's got
to return them now.
He's got to return them now. So it's like Bo loses his buddies, his
damn
his
Disney
crew.
movie, you know?
Yeah. So I think they're talking about play dates and stuff, but it's
Okay.
like I'd rather just pen them into one yard and let them, you know, let the crew happen, you know.
Pals.
Oh, jeez.
Love it.
Is this
Yeah,
a
look at the cock and balls on that thing.
Hold on.
Huh? Did I tell you?
Jesus.
I know.
What happened? Oh my God. Dude, that is a healthy set. Bo, stop showing off.
Yeah. Those aren't nudicles.
No. You know, I bet they wanted to get this big boy fixed, but then the dad was like, I can't do it to him. He's
No,
been
no, it's
blessed.
set
Look at
like
this.
that.
No. How many? So she posts this on Facebook. Happy we found this guy, but he sure takes over our bed. I really hope he's near the end of his shenanigans. How many comments do you think happened before people went, so we're just going to ignore the giant ball bag and dick on this thing?
I know. What kind of picture is that to post? Would you guys post that as your, hey, Bo came home post?
No.
How can you not notice that? That's prominently what's in that picture. The
Can you try to go to Laura Creer's just really quick because we're running out of time here. Laura Creer's Facebook page.
See if it's prominent on there, whether she's showing off Bo's cock and balls.
No, I want to see the comments and see how long it took people to reference the cock and balls of this dog. Hope it's not set to private, but I mean
you can't miss
this is dickhead, right? This is shaft,
yes,
head, and just I'd take those balls.
They're beautiful, yeah,
gorgeous. So we'll let E find it. Do we have any email?
We do. Hey, if you want to write in the show, send us your thoughts to email at detroitcast.com. And, you know, speaking of dogs, I have it on good authority that longtime listener Angie recently suffered a sad loss.
What?
Yeah, her poops Juno
What happened to
was
Junzo?
recently put down.
No, why would
Yeah.
you do that to Junzo? He's a
Yeah.
good guy.
Juno, he's a good boy.
Yeah. Why are we going to Asia? They keep talking about euthanasia, and I don't even like kids, let alone Asian ones.
Yeah, so sorry about that, Angie.
Poor guy. I know all dogs go to heaven, though. So Juno's up there hanging with his boys.
I won't get into whether
friends.
Juno actually has a soul.
Well,
but
it doesn't say in the Bible that he doesn't. People make that up. It's just BS. Why would God throw them into hell? That doesn't make any sense. So, yep, they're in heaven.
JPC Fourth writes in, come on, Jay. Voice of our generation. It's effing Chester, period.
No, wrong.
I think you're misdefining our generation when you say that.
Yeah.
Okay. When I'm talking about, look, listen, Nevermind hit when I was a freshman in college. You know, right after high school, going into freshman year of college, that's when Nevermind drops and changes the whole world.
Yeah.
10 is there.
Mm-hmm.
And then grunge just takes over the world for 3 years. So
Cornell and
obviously Chester and Linkin Park made a huge mark and are awesome, but that came later, man. JPC Fourth, I think you must be like 5 years younger than me or something.
Yeah. And I think we could both make an argument. If you're going early 90s, that whole grunge era, we could make an equal argument for Cornell or Vedder or Chris Gaines or who's the other big one? Did I say Cobain?
You did not say Cobain. You
Cobain.
said Chris Gaines.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're talking about the popular grunge era, you know what I mean? Like we could make an argument for any one of those
you said
guys.
Chris Gaines before Cobain.
Well, and Alice in Chains, Lane Staley. I can make that argument, but one of those five is probably the voice of a generation. But
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
Thank you, JPC Fourth, but you're just wrong.
We'll do it live. Okay. No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
All right.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Should we end with a grievance or save that for tomorrow?
Let's save it for tomorrow.
Okay, let's do that.
Did you find her at all on there?
That's right.
All right, here we go. Put some pants on that boy. Third comment.
Does he smell like a giant goat? Put some pants on that boy. Neuter him.
Yeah. So the third and fourth comments are all about the dick and balls.
Yeah. So are there more comments? There's got to be 20 comments. Let me see. I just want to quickly see.
I know, I was trying to go down.
King Tut, is that a reference to Bulls?
I don't know. Cock and Bulls.
There's not. 20 comments isn't that many comments. So.
Yeah. No, it took the third comment, third and fourth, to jump all over.
I'm disappointed in that. Honestly, as much press as this is getting, you put that as the poster picture of the dog. I think that should be 10,000 comments, of which 9,800 of them reference his balls.
Right.
Balls.
Save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
Very, very good. All right. Thanks, everybody, for hanging with us. Of course, want to mention again, we'll keep the GoFundMe going for just a few days, and it'll be in the post today and on Facebook. Please share it. If you can donate to it, great. If you can't, we understand that as well. Have a great rest of the day, everybody, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening, and as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen, sugar.